And I totally messed this up, but here we are. Oh man, I'm so out of practice. I made the comment when I loaded my stream for the first time today. Like, I haven't done this in so long. So let me try this again. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Road to Nowhere podcast. I'm Extreme from Extreme FTW Gaming. This is Jimmy G from the Jimmy G Experience. We welcome you guys to another episode of the Road to Nowhere podcast. This is episode 12. Yes, we have been MIA for the last few weeks. My work schedule sucks and has been a pain in the ass. And then when we did have a day free together, uh, I was busy. Anywho,
Yeah.
but we are back. I am still recovering from COVID. That was our last episode. I had just got through it, and we haven't done one since, and that was like 4 weeks ago. So we're back. Hi. We
What's
didn't end the stream. We didn't end the show. We're just been busy. Um,
lifing it
Jimmy
up?
had his yeah. You had your schedule changes, and then I went back to work. So first things first, I go back to work right after getting COVID. I go back one day, then I have a day off. And then if I hadn't taken that day off, I would have worked 8 days straight.
Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry
So
guys.
yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
My camera got jacked, so I tried to fix it and just made it worse.
Oh, um, fucking Jimmy. So, yeah, a lot has happened on my end. If you guys tuned in earlier in the stream, um, I got a PlayStation 5 this past Friday, and I've had a whopping, until today, 2 hours to play with it. Yeah.
I
So,
bet
I
those
got
two
it on
hours were a lot of fun though.
no, not really, because I had to set up everything and
Oh.
move shit over and install things and download shit. I barely got to play the fucking thing. So what had happened, actually, truth be told, it was more like 3.5 hours. But what had happened was, so last week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, um, Kim had those 2 days off, or Thursday and Friday off. I had Wednesday and Thursday off, had to work Friday, and then I had Saturday off. So last not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that was my brother Elliot's birthday, and I bought him a Switch. So we were playing the Switch, having fun and all that fun stuff. But I had a deal through my Target app because I use Target for everything now that I work there. Getting a discount is awesome. And I had a deal that said, you get an extra 10% off. Well, you take that plus my discount, and I'm like, oh shit, dude, I can get a PS4 or PS5, sorry, for $300. That's not what happened. Um, I didn't get 25% off like I thought I would. I only got my normal discount, but it was still enough that was worth it. But so last Friday, as I'm leaving for work, my girlfriend's like, if you really want it, just get it. I'll give you the money to get it, get it. So I did. I bought it and I got it. And honestly, it's weird not having a jet engine in my room right now. But it was such an awesome thing. I was so excited. I was gonna play that night. I was gonna set it all up and then play for a little bit, but then mostly really play a little bit on Saturday. Well, my desk, my office, all my space that I do stuff, my head is dying on me. Awesome. Um, I don't have the means to plug it in, so this is about to go shit. Um, 1 second. Can you still hear me?
I can.
Okay. My headset is dying, so I gotta plug this sucker in. So my brother, this is his room. I've kind of explained that before. This is his living space. So he went to bed and it's fucking fucking dying. Like, yeah, it's fucking dead. Awesome. Fuck my
Bummer.
life. I mean, I can't win.
I mean, he says he can't win, but right now he's streaming the podcast with me. That's a win in my book. You know?
I'm streaming more technical difficulties. Like Jesus. Like, at least I can say I'm actually streaming the technical difficulty. Yeah, I can't talk. At least I can say I'm streaming the technical difficulties this time.
Right.
Okay, go in there, plug you in, and you start charging. Hey, it worked. Awesome. So now I can continue the podcast and hear you. So
Didn't
this is my
your
brother's
parents
living
ever
space.
teach you to charge your stuff before? No, I'm just kidding.
Man, you know how long it's been since I've streamed or done anything so I needed this headset? So it's like, no, I'm good. I actually want so badly to pair this headset with my PS5 because of the whole 3D audio system. So the surround sound effect is even more intense, like more accurate too. I'm like, and if I'm gonna play Modern Warfare, I definitely don't give a shit about the computer. So I may do
Whoa.
that tomorrow. So
So did
yeah,
you buy it?
I'm yeah, I bought it.
Okay. Do you have early access even though you bought it late? Like, I mean, it's still considered pre-reserve, right?
It's still a pre-order. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
downloading in the background, but I have to move 176 gigs to install it. So I have 21 minutes. Anywho, um, so he went to bed early, so I didn't get to play it. So then Saturday comes, and I'm like, all right, no big deal. You know, I'll just get up early and mess with it. My brother doesn't get up till 9. My girlfriend's up. I make her breakfast, and I tell her, hey, I'm gonna go mess with my console now because I didn't get to do it last night. And then I'm gonna play for a little bit, and then we'll hang out. And she's like, okay,
I'll be right back.
don't forget I have a meet. Okay, he's gonna go do this thing. So she's like, don't forget I have a meeting at noon. And I'm like, okay, cool. So noon comes and I'm done setting up my console. Well, turns out her definition of noon, because she had a work no, she has a job in Michigan and they're 2 hours ahead. So when she said noon, like, oh shit, why is my stream dropping so badly? Oh, I know
You
why.
meant 10.
Yeah, she meant 10. So needless to say, um, by the
Fun
time I got
times.
done
Fun
setting
times.
all this up, she's like, all right, it's time to hang out with me and spend your whole day off before you go back to work for 3 fucking days with me. And I'm like, I love you. Please don't torment me. Please don't. Nope. Yep. You're going to do this to me. So don't get me wrong. I enjoy spending time with her, but I just spent 350 bucks on this thing. Again, I get a discount because I work at Target. I spent 350 on this.
And now
I
you don't
want
get
to
to play
play
it.
it. Yeah, it's like, like, why? This is like giving someone Christmas and then saying, "Hey, you got to wait for New Year's." Like, fuck that. So, I was the nice boyfriend, the nice partner, and I spent time with her. But the whole time, I'm like, take a nap, please.
I like the fact that you just
Please
said
take a
I'm the nice
fucking nap.
boyfriend, the nice partner. That makes me think that you're part of the LGBT community.
Well, it's the reason why I say that is because one, I do support um, that community. And the
I do
reason why
too.
is I have family that's in that community, like legitimately in that community. I have friends that are in that community. I have coworkers that are in that community, and I like all of these people. I care about all these people, and so I support that. And
I do
something that was
too.
brought to my attention is that it makes them feel every now and again. There are some individuals who feel more uncomfortable when someone says my girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, the term partner is more accepted by them, and I'm like, "That's cool." I will gladly say that. Kim is a strong supporter of that community,
Hmm.
and I can't for the life of me say the acronym properly, so I just won't. But,
For the record, I couldn't either forever.
yeah,
I think I still
so
say it wrong to be completely honest. I think it's LGBTQ community
yeah,
because it's
plus,
lesbian.
plus, yep, you gotta remember the plus.
Is it plus?
It is plus.
I did not know that. See?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm a huge supporter. I got friends and family who all are part of the community and everything. But every single time I hear somebody say partner, I don't know. There's like this little part of me,
it's
part of
that
me inside that's just
recognition
like,
because
it's so weird to hear that. You know,
well,
like,
the other thing is though, it's true though. I mean, she is my partner. She's not just my girlfriend. She's my partner.
well, my wife
If it
is
weren't
my
for her,
partner, but I don't think I'll ever be able to call her partner.
I just know it's like I'm like, oh yeah, like this is my partner. No, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But regardless, getting off of that, getting back to where we were, you know,
Sorry.
I was, being the good boyfriend to her, making her happy, spending time with her. But like I said, the whole time I'm like, take a nap. Please take a fucking
I'm
please
taking
take
that.
a fucking nap. Well, because when she takes a nap, I can go do whatever the fuck I want. She does finally decide to take a nap. It was unwillful. It was kind of like she just got tired and fell asleep. And then I fell asleep 10 minutes later. I'm like, motherfucker. So I end up going to work the next day. And you're wondering why I'm
Oh, that's too
sliding so
funny.
much and moving back and forth in my chair. If you haven't noticed, my chair is gone.
I have
The
not
weld,
noticed.
yeah, the weld on the seat completely snapped during COVID when I had COVID. And so it's dead. The chair itself is fine, but the base, one of the welds snapped. Now, mind you, this chair is rated for someone 500, like 550 pounds, whatever it was. When I bought the chair, I was 5'10. I have lost a crap ton of weight. Problem is, I have a little brother who likes to recline very hard in chairs to the point where he will snap the welds, even on a chair rated for a 500 plus pound person. It's like, how the fuck are you? Oh, that's how
Well,
you get
how old is that chair?
that chair. I got that
No,
chair in
your
2000.
your your chair, the one
The
that
chair
the
I
weld
used to
broke.
have, I got it in 2000.
You said your
Or
chair's
sorry, in
gone, right?
2020. I got it in 2020. I got it in 2020.
The one that's
The,
gone now.
the one that's gone now.
Jeez, it's only a
Yeah.
2-year-old
He's
chair.
Yeah, he snapped the fuck out of the welds. They were fine when we moved, just to be clear. A year ago, that chair, perfectly fine. No damage to the welds, nothing. We move in here, he's using it. Bye bye, chair. And it's because he reclines in it, like, and he reclines back super hard. Like, he doesn't like kick back slowly. No, he just like every single time. I'm all, why are you breaking my fucking chair? Sorry. No, no sorries about it. You're breaking my fucking chair. I came home.
What's that Limp Bizkit song? Just go
Uh,
break stuff.
break stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's Elliot. That's Elliot in a
Yeah,
nutshell. He just
yeah, you know.
yeah. He sadly, because of his condition, because of his autism, he very much is in that early teenage years where they're real fucking douchey. Yeah. He's in that point right now. And it's gonna last for about 4 more years because the way his brain processes and whatnot. So it's like, fuck me.
I mean, you can't be mad. Like you can be mad at it,
Oh,
but
I
you
know. I
know.
mean, it's frustrating at times because it's like, why don't you fucking listen? And his answer is, I do listen. And then I'm reminded of what I used to do when I was in that age, like age frame and all that. And I'm like, no, you don't. You're just saying that. Fuck. Now I know how my parents felt.
Yeah,
And
no
it makes
doubt.
me sit here and go, you know what? I think my parents intentionally didn't want to go through this a third time. So they just said, you know what? We're done. Bye.
I mean, a fourth time.
Third time.
What about Eric?
There's only three of us, James.
Yeah, which means they went through it a third time.
They didn't go through it a third time. Elliot didn't. When Elliot was that age, he was still thinking like a 9 year old, 6 year old.
That I get it. That's true, but it's still a third time. You know, there's still three
Technically,
kids.
well, yeah, that's what I was saying. You said fourth originally. So that's what I was like,
Yeah,
fourth, there is no
yeah.
fourth.
As in they've done the childhood raising thing 3 times. They didn't want to do it a fourth time.
Yeah, okay. Technically, I get you now,
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, yeah, no. I mean, it was just a way for me to like jokingly have some fun. And I mentioned that to Eric, and he's like, "That's not funny." And I'm all, "Yeah, it is." When you think about it, because you know our parents, they 100% would have done that. Like, "Oh shit, we're gonna have to deal with this. Bye."
Yeah. No
No,
thanks.
yeah, no. But it's just something that to make me laugh because I do miss them, especially this time of year. And it was funny, dude. Yesterday at work, prior to moving to Montana, living in California my whole life, you noticed very slowly over time, fall just didn't exist anymore. Like there was no fall, there was no beginning to that season. No, it was just spring, summer, rain. Because it really wasn't winter, it was rain. Lots and lots of rain.
I mean, it's becoming fall and winter again. I'll tell you that right now, dude. Fall time, the leaves legit fall off of my tree, and I got leaves in my pool, and it's awful. And then winter, right now, right? Is it winter yet? It feels
No,
like fucking
we're
winter. I woke up, so I went to bed last night wearing pants and socks. I woke up freezing my balls off. Like I'm like, it is so
what
fucking
what
cold in
what
this
temperature
house.
is what temperature is it there?
Dude, I don't even know. Like I felt like it was 20 degrees. Like no joke. It was so cold.
I know the answer to this
And
question
my
because
my wife had the windows open. She had the fan on. She's like, "That's how cold I like to sleep." I'm like, "No.
bring your
No."
ass to Montana.
Like I don't mind if it's that cold during the day, but when I'm sleeping, I want it toasty toasty warm,
so
which means I'm
so
going to have
for
to
the
bust out my fucking my heating blanket again.
so for the record, over the last 2 nights in California, it didn't get below 55.
I got to
Here
call
last
shenanigans,
night,
bro.
I'm
I got to
sorry to
call
tell you that, dude.
shenanigans.
I sorry to tell you
Last
that,
night
but
it
it
was
was
cold as
55.
balls, so
It was 55, bro. You have to remember this though. You've been for the last several months, you've been getting bombarded with heat to the
yeah.
point where your body has adjusted to that temperature. So any significant drop is gonna feel way more intense
Yeah,
than
all
if
week
it
it's
was
been
just
70 degrees out. 70.
yeah. And in California, that's nice weather.
Yeah.
In
Believe me when I
Montana,
say this,
that's hot.
bro. Every night I was like, "Oh, this is good. This is nice. I just need a sheet. I'm good." Last night I had my Mexican blanket. Yeah, you know what those are like. Not the new ones, the old ones. The right ones. The heavy, thick, nice and furry Mexican blanket. I love those things. You get the new Mexican blankets, they are like half the weight. They're made like crap. And yeah, it's not very good. And I know that because I have one of those too. Because I thought I was getting a good one. Um, but yeah, no, like so my new Mexican blanket, my wife uses. My good old Mexican blanket, I use. And it did not do the trick last night, bro. It did not. I'm like, fuck, I'm so cold.
Yeah. So I don't feel it. And yesterday morning, it was 30 degrees here. I go to work in a t-shirt and jeans. That's it. I walked out, walked around for a little bit because I got to tell you what happened yesterday morning too. But before I get back to that, so I walked around for a little bit. I'm outside. I go back inside. My coworkers who've lived in Montana their entire lives are like, "You cold?" And I'm all, "Oh." They're like, "You're kidding, right?" And I go, "No, I'm fine. I mean, I feel it. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't feel the cold, but I like it." Well, right after going outside, or a little while later, when the temperature had come up to about 50, right as I come back in, I have to go into the freezer. I walk in the freezer and I'm like, ah, this is home. Okay, I got to go now because I'd finished what I was doing in there. As soon as I walk out the door, I'm like, man, why does my nipple hurt all of a sudden? Fucking my nipple got rock hard when I went in the freezer. When I came out, the temperature increased. It's like, no, this ain't right. So, um, yeah, it was fun. I was telling my boss and coworkers about
That's
it, and they're just laughing. They were
see
like,
that
"That's a story you shouldn't share." And I'm like, "Why? It's funny."
Yeah, it is pretty funny. But that temperature thing, that's got to be a fat guy thing. Because when I was at my heaviest weight, that was me too. Like, I loved the cold. I loved being out in the cold. I could walk into a freezer, no big
No,
deal.
so fuck you with the fat guy comment. No, I know you're not a skinny twig, but no, I've actually even when I was at my smallest, like well before I met you, I've always loved the cold. Like when I was 100 pounds, fucking 10 years old, 100 pounds. Fuck, man, I love the cold. I would sit in a fridge, like legit at my church. We had one of those like tall fridges that you could remove the shelves. I jumped in that motherfucker, closed the door, and took a nap. Like I love the cold. Even now, as I've lost weight, because beginning of this year, I was 480. Found out a couple days ago because we have an industrial scale at my work. Why I don't know. I jumped on that motherfucker, 415.
Nice.
So I was like, damn, I'm not as fat as I was a couple days ago. What the fuck happened? That's called I got up and moved my ass around. That's what happened. And I've been eating better. So, but now it's like I feel it a little more, but not as much as I did a year ago. Like it's the same, feels the same to me. But when you add wind, nope, 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 no, 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 nope, 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 fuck, no, no. I'm done. Nope, bye. I am not looking forward to when the temperature does get into the 10s and 20s and there's wind chill. Fuck you. I'm done. I'm going home now. Goodbye. Fuck this shit.
See, I remember going to Colorado in the winter when Trey was one. And we got
Yeah.
those giant snow outfits for them just to make sure he stayed warm.
Hmm.
And I walked around Colorado in a leather jacket. It was no big deal. You know, it was 20 degrees outside or lower. It was snowing. Wind was blowing 25 to 40 miles an hour. And it was whatever. You know, it was legit. It was kind of nice. Um so that's what I mean. Like I say I like the cold when I'm awake. When I'm sleeping, no thank you. Like
I
that
like the
that's
cold when
not
I'm
me.
asleep too. I like it cold all the time. And the reason why I like it cold is just because it's that something about it. It just it's comforting. And I think part of it is because of all the nagging injuries I've had over my lifetime, um, the cold just feels better. Like
Yeah.
I can be a little more pain free for a few hours, whatever. Speaking of pain, so let me tell you about yesterday.
Hold on, hold
'Cause
on, hold
yesterday
on.
was a
So for me in the cold, this is how I woke up. You know how when you play, let's say, okay, no, not play. You know how when you go to SeaWorld, because you used to work at SeaWorld, right?
long
You know
time
how,
ago, but yes.
you know, when you go to SeaWorld, you're working. You're walking around legit all day. You go
Yeah.
home, you're like, I'm just going to chill. And you sit down in front of the TV and you go to watch TV. You're watching TV for maybe an hour. You're like, damn, I'm thirsty, or I have to go to the bathroom, or something makes you get up. You get up and your muscles just go like this.
Oh yeah, that happens to me now. That 100%
That's
happens to me
how
right now.
that's how I woke up this morning. Like all of my muscles were in that position from the tips of my fingers to the top of my head to the bottom of my toes. Like my whole body was just in that tense frozen state. I tried to go like this when I woke up and stretch my fingers. I could not. Like it
Yeah.
hurt so bad. It was like I went camping all over again on Mother's Day.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I no.
I've been getting issues like that recently. Um, partially due to COVID. I blame a lot of what's wrong with me right now on COVID. Part of it's also the fact that I wasn't drinking enough water. And so I'll be doing something at work or at home, and all of a sudden my hands will just cramp like hardcore, the pain, everything. And it's like, motherfucker. And I have to like force my hand open to stop the cramp from or the Charlie horse, if you will, in my hand from getting worse. It happened to me about like 2 weeks ago at work. And my boss was standing there and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "No, I just got a massive like muscle cramp in my hand." And she goes, Are you drinking a lot of water?" And I said, "Not really, but I also think it's just because I'm still getting over COVID." Talk to a doctor. Yeah, yeah, very much partial part of the problem is COVID. The other big problem, not drinking enough water. So if you've had COVID, just FYI, because I didn't know this shit, your body will process water at a faster rate after you've had COVID than before you had COVID. So you have to drink a shit ton more water than you normally did. I did not know that until very recently. The more you know. Anywho,
The more you know.
that actually crossed my mind as I said it. Um, so yesterday, just to share this awesome story with you, I went to bed Sunday night about 11:30. For reasons I can't fully explain, I couldn't go to sleep till about 1. Now, this happened on Saturday night as well. Didn't have any problems waking up Sunday to go to work. But yesterday, I'm supposed to get up by between 4:30 and 5 so I can do whatever I need to do in the morning, go to the bathroom, you know, go pee, go poop, whatever, shower, shit, shave, whatever I'm going to do. Cool. That didn't happen. Kim has to be at work at 7 o'clock. We leave the house no later than 6:45. 6:40. She comes out of her room. I'm still laying in bed. And she says, uh, babe, what, babe? And I'm like, what? It's 6:40. You have not seen this fat man run or move so fast in a long fucking time. I was up, dressed, and out the door in 5 fucking minutes. I was so proud of myself. But I get to work, and so I'm like, I have a routine. And most people in their 30s, you will understand this, especially your late 30s or your 40s. You get a routine going in the mornings where you get up, do your business, whatever that may be, and then you go about your day. My routine is legit get up, sit up for about 10, 15 minutes, go to the bathroom, and then do whatever I've got to do. If I don't go to the bathroom in that first half hour, hour that I'm awake, something is absolutely wrong with me and I'm going to feel it later. So that happened yesterday. Only I thought, okay, go to work. I'll go to the bathroom. Everything will be fine. Didn't go to the bathroom. My stomach was fucked up all day long until about 1:30. I had just come back from lunch. I was doing another pull or doing a batch of fulfillment, and I had to get this giant ass bookshelf thing. Well, the bookshelf weighs easily in a box, all still disassembled, needing to be put together. This fucker weighs at least 250 pounds. And I'm not as strong as I used to be. And I'm very much out of shape. I admit this freely and openly. Had a teammate help me get it down. And then it's time to pick it up and put it on my cart. I bend down to pick it up. I still think like I'm 20 and I lift with my back. That didn't go well. That didn't go well one bit. I got it up fine, no problems. And then we had to lift it up to get it up on the cart because the cart I'm using now is a little bit higher than the ones we used to use. And I wasn't using a flat, just a flatbed. So I have to bring it up to about my chest to get it on this thing. I bring it up, I get it up to my chest, and instantly I feel it right here. It felt like someone took an ice pick and a pair of brass knuckles and combined them and made this thing and just went, hey, motherfucker, how's your day going? Hurt so bad. Got it on there, was fine for like a second or two. And then I start to move, and it's like someone's punching me with every single step. It hurt so much. I get back to we call it mobile cart at my store. I don't know if that's what it's called everywhere else, but we call it mobile cart. Get back there, and I have to ask a teammate to help me get the things off of my cart, put them away for me because I physically can't do it. And I watched this 19-year-old just Superman this thing up and down and into the spot, and I'm all, "If you get hurt, it ain't my fucking fault." And he's all, "I'll be fine." He gets off his shift. "Man, I think I fucked up my back." I'm like, "You better go say something to somebody because I ain't taking responsibility for that shit." Nah, he was just fucking with me, thank God. But I had to go and talk to my bosses about it, and they're like, "Oh fuck, how bad?" And I'm like, "That's fine. Rest of yesterday, perfectly fine. This morning, how fucking how?" That was it. That's all I got for you on that one because it was worse this morning than it was yesterday. It's better now because you know I got some of that in me.
Drugs. Sure.
Yeah.
Drugs
Well,
are
I got
good.
Advil. I got Advil. I don't take anything stronger than that. Never have. Um, and there's a reason for it. But I've never used drugs. You know me. You know I've never used anything in my life. Like I've never even smoked pot. I don't drink. So yeah, just the thing. I've been asked about it. My response is always doesn't matter. Finally had to tell a doctor why because they were going to prescribe me some pain pills uh, a while back for something, and I told him I was like, well, addiction unfortunately runs rampant in my family on my mom's side. And while my mother did not have a problem with addiction, technically she did. It's called food. And I definitely have a problem with addiction. It's called food. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Bob's your uncle. Do I really need to go any further with this? The doctor just said, here is a prescription for a stronger amount of ibuprofen. It was stronger by 100 milligrams, and it didn't really help much more than just taking more ibuprofen. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's my issue too with ibuprofen is that they're like, it's ibuprofen. Yeah, exactly. It's ibuprofen. So all you're doing is saying, yes, it's okay to have more than this. Really,
Yep.
what the issue is this isn't working anymore. Yeah, I get it. I understand that 100%.
Yeah. Like, Eric, that's the thing I'm grateful for. Eric doesn't have that problem to the same extent. Um, Elliot definitely doesn't have that problem. My dad didn't have an addiction problem, but I know me and my mom were definitely addicted to food. That's why we're so fat. Plus, I was horrible with my diet and how I took care of myself.
Yeah.
Um, but
And that's
it
what
is
people don't
something I'm
understand
aware of.
too. Food addiction is a real addiction. I'm addicted to food. I can't say no. I can't tell you how many times stuff happened where Jill's like, just say no. Just don't do it. Control it. I'm like, yeah, it's not that easy. If
No,
it were
it's
that easy, I wouldn't be fat.
yeah. So on to some fun stuff. Have you finished watching Game of Thrones? Before you say anything, I have not. I'm asking if you have.
The Game of Thrones, the dragon, right?
Yeah,
The House of the Dragon. I did not watch the finale. I'm all the way up to the finale.
I have not finished the episode before the finale. We got about halfway through it, and then she had to go to bed. And this was literally last night. We have not caught up on a lot of stuff. Like I have not seen the series finale or season finale of She-Hulk, although I had something spoiled for me and I was very pissed off about it. And then I had to go see it for myself. And pissed off my girlfriend in the process. Have you been watching that show, by the way? Did you watch any
Yeah,
of it? So
yeah.
you know about Matt Murdock.
Yes, that's Daredevil, right?
Yes, that's that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know.
I
I know
I have to
some
go
about
ahead.
it.
So his
Like, what
character,
exactly are you referring to? Like, did I know he's in the show?
I
Yes.
he ends up being in the show for like the second to last episode. That's all I know about it. I can't say I know much more because I don't know the storyline of it. I don't want to know. I'm gonna watch that later, but But yeah, I saw that and I was like, I got that spoiled on Twitter. Someone posted a picture of it. I'm like, what is that? Click. Oh shit, he is in here. That's cool. Click. Oh fuck, she's gonna kill me. That was literally my thought process in that moment. But yeah, no, man. So things take a turn because I've only so the second to last episode of Game of Thrones is when the beginning of the end of the third to last. So we finished watching the episode where the king dies. In the next episode, which I think is the second to last episode, is when all the shady shit about switching the queen, can't remember her name. And now the prince is going to be named the king because in his dying breath, the king said, "Yes, I want Aragon or whatever the fuck his name is to be the king." It's not what he was fucking saying, by the way. And anyone
No,
who's
it's
paying
not.
attention, yeah, anyone who's paying attention realizes he thought he was talking to his daughter. So I saw that, and we saw that
It's
episode.
Aegon. It's Aegon, and what he was referring to, those of you who didn't watch or who don't watch the show, he was referring to his ancestor who saw the premonition of the White Walkers and that big battle that has to happen.
The story of the Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, Rhaenyra, that's her name, the princess who would be queen,
Yeah.
who was named the successor, she had asked him previously, do you believe in the Song of Ice and Fire?
Right.
And so he's responding to that question when the queen walks in. So I see this scene and I'm like, wow, he's that out of his gourd, unfortunately, that he's responding to something that happened like a day prior. And unfortunately, the queen's the one who heard it. So she believed that's what she was saying to her. And you can tell as you're watching the episode, mind you, I've only seen half of it, but you can tell in that first scene, she's immediately conflicted by what everyone around her is suggesting they do.
Right.
It gave me
the part
a
that
hope.
gets me. The part that gets me is that she's not going to anyone, including Rhaenyra, and asking them or even telling them that these are the exact words. Let's do some homework as to find out what the exact words were. She's just no. He said he wants Aegon to be king.
And
but what about all the other stuff? You know what I mean?
The thing is, she told her father, who immediately is like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like he's made it clear since the very beginning of this. His intention has always been to sit on the Iron Throne. He wants to be the king. He doesn't care if his grandson's the king. He's going to be the king by proxy because his grandson's going to be a puppet. So the episode goes, they're now trying to find said prince who would be king. And like all this shit's going on, and you find out that this guy is like, holy fuck, he's not a good person. He's done some pretty fucked up shit. He's got fucking illegitimate kids walking around. Fucking like, what the fuck? I don't know how the episode ends. So that's
I'm going to tell you like this. The ending of the episode will make you gasp in what? Because it was amazing. But beyond that, so I go over to my brother-in-law's house the other weekend, and I haven't read any of these books, mind you. They have. And they just start talking about what comes next. It hasn't been aired on anything. Nothing's been talked about. And I'm like, why are you spoiling this? Shut up. You know that I don't want to read the books. I want to see what happens in the show. And they were like, oh, I'm sorry. No, you're not. Because you guys did the same crap with Harry Potter. Their immediate response was, well, the end of Game of Thrones didn't follow the books, so maybe this won't follow the books either. I'm like, that's not the point. The point is that they can. So why run the risk of ruining it? So now I have inside information that comes from the books that you don't have if you don't read it, and I could tell you it, but it would ruin a lot. And I'm like, no, like that's so fucked up because if it follows it, it's like, yes, I want to know the middle story of what they just talked about, but I didn't want to know the end either. You know? It's very, very frustrating.
I understand.
And then
I understand.
I hear next season is going to be a war between who I don't know, about what I don't know. I just heard there's going to be a war. There has to be. I'm like, okay. And the dude who told me that goes, just watch the finale. You'll see why. I'm like, bro. Okay, well, you didn't give anything away nor say anything, so I'm okay with that. I was mad at first, then I was like, wait, you legit didn't say anything.
Watch the final episode. That's all he said.
Watch the final episode. You'll see there has to be a war. Well, it's Game of Thrones. There's going to be a war. So I guess I can't be mad at that. But I watched the end of the last episode, and that to me said that there's going to be a war. But the end also was so fascinating that it makes me sad that you didn't see it, but you watched the rest of the episode. Because the end really, really did. It pulled a lot. It pulled a lot. It put me on a whole different seat. Like I was on the one to the left, and when the show was over, I was 2 over to the right. You know what I mean? It's like, oh wow.
It definitely. So I know there's a lot coming, and I kind of prepared for that in the last episode and a half that I have to watch. But I mean, I was under the impression that the way the story jumped so dramatically in the television version was to basically tell the whole story in one season. Apparently that was not the case, as everyone has now learned. The entire thing was to set up at least a 3 season show. Um, which I guess okay, cool. I mean, I'm kind of like whatever. I like it. I'm enjoying it. I hate the fact that with my girlfriend, this shit happens where we miss a week and then we don't watch it again for a few weeks. And when we finally do go to watch it, we get about halfway through and then she has to go to bed.
Yeah, like you can't watch it all.
I was so mad about that.
Well, that's it with me too. Is I've been trying to watch it week by week, right? And on Saturday is when we watched that episode, knowing that Sunday is the next episode, which was the finale. So Saturday we went to bed. Jill and we went to bed, and I fell asleep halfway through the episode. And Jill, she finished it, so I woke up on Sunday, went and did our stuff, and then she's saying how she needed to talk to me and make all these plans and discuss all this stuff. And I'm like, no, you had me out all day. I'm taking my happy ass to bed. And I mean, I didn't say that. I just did it. Like, there was zero communication. I'm just like, nah, the moment she starts talking to me, I'm going to have to listen. So I'm not even going to do that. I just went upstairs, put on the House of Dragons, laid down in bed, finished it, turned it off, and went to sleep. When she came upstairs, I have no idea what time it was. I was already out.
That sounds about right.
I mean, you do what you got to do, right?
Yeah. So I gotta pause. I just realized I have to pause Call of Duty because I have to finish installing Fallout 76, and then I have to download an update for fucking Destiny. And I just thought I'd share that information because why the fuck not? I know I was going to ask you something. It came out last week.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You first. I meant to make a comment about Target when we were discussing Target, but I forgot until right now.
Okay. So your Target. Tell me.
So you told me Maverick was... You have Maverick for sale there?
We do not.
Okay. Well, at the time you said that we have it. I know we have it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. This, that, the next thing.
Well,
I went to Target.
Okay.
I went to Target, several of them, several times, and I'm like, where the fuck is this movie? Couldn't find it. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
Eddie's telling me the truth.
So what had happened, and I found out the full story. So officially, the story was we were advertising it. That's not what happened. That's all I'm going to say. I will tell you off stream what
Okay.
actually happened because I am not going to get in trouble for this one.
All
But
right.
yeah, we were advertising it. Yeah, we were advertising it. Yep, that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, last Tuesday, Stadium Fluffy came out on Netflix. I was very disappointed.
Did you say
And I will
say
tell
it
you
ain't
why.
fluffy?
Stadium Fluffy, his LA Dodgers Stadium concert or performance
Okay.
that came out on Netflix. I am disappointed for one reason. It was
And Frozen.
I'm frozen.
Oh, there you go. Oh, no. You're jumping. Like, you are freezing back and forth. Okay, you're fluid now. I'm disappointed for one reason. Go ahead.
I'm disappointed for one reason. Um, it was the same performance he gave when he was here, and I went to see him live.
That's Dane Cook, bro. He does the same skit no matter where he's at. It's the same set of jokes. There's really no difference.
I mean,
The only difference is animation.
it was a new stand-up routine than what I've seen him do before, but we were told he was trying out material. Didn't know he was trying out the whole fucking show. But it was still good. And to see it in the stadium, like that was cool. Like he got to do it in the stadium. And there was some tweaks to the story, obviously, from what I remember. There were some minor additions, but ultimately it was the same fucking show. And so I was a little disappointed in that. I was like really excited for this, thinking it's gonna be, bits and pieces of what he did here and maybe what he did over there. No, same fucking show. So I was a little disappointed in that. But I wasn't disappointed in the sense of like, oh man, I literally just watched the same fucking thing that I paid to go see. It's more like, man, this sucks. It was literally the same show. Hey, wait a minute. I really enjoyed that show. And I just got to watch it again. Yeah, I'm okay with this. Kim was not, because it was 2 fucking hours. And she was like, baby, it was the same fucking show he did here. And I'm like, I know, but it was still good. I still enjoyed it. It was still funny. Um, and I pointed out the differences, and she's like, oh yeah, you're right. He didn't do that. But they were so minor, like very, very minor that unless you were really paying attention, you were gonna miss it. But yeah, it was I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it both times I saw it. He's still a
So,
very good comedian, and
so
he
you were
did just set.
disappointed that it was the same show, but you enjoyed it both times.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was still just as entertaining. Like, what is it? 10 months later, whatever it was, whatever it's been since I saw it live. The other added benefit was I didn't have to walk through the fucking snow this time or go stand out in the freezing wind to watch him perform. I just had to sit there. That's it. So I will take that every time. Um, Sad thing is he's coming back here in February, and I'm all, is he
Why?
doing another fucking special? And
It,
if he
it'll
is,
be
I'll
the
just wait.
it'll be
I'll
the
just
same
wait.
material. You know,
I'm
it's
pretty
gonna be
sure.
the same material. It's whatever.
But
That's the
I
that's the
mean,
deal with a
it's
lot
the
of
same thing. It's the
stand-ups.
same thing though. It's the same thing with like going to a concert. You know it's the same fucking songs. You've heard the fucking songs. You still want to go see them perform live.
Yeah.
And the tickets, yeah, the ticket prices are what they are, but you know what? It's a live show. My only problem is the venue in which he's performing here in Billings, the seats made for big people.
They never are, bro.
Not even a little bit. Like, oh my God. We have some awesome venues here. I can't go to any of them until I lose at least another fucking 60, 80 pounds. Because I sit down and I'm just like, fuck me. So it's like trying to shove a football into a sardine can. It just ain't gonna happen. I ain't that big though, but still, the analogy works. Hello?
I have a mental image going on right now of a football getting shoved into a sardine can.
I'm like, why did he go quiet all of a sudden? He just sitting there like,
I want to go online. I want to go online and pull up an image and flash it on the screen, but it's going to take too long to do that.
so we have been away from doing this podcast for a while. I don't even know how long we've been going, to be honest. I wasn't even paying
Today?
attention when yeah, today.
We've been going for about 45 minutes today, maybe 50.
That's
My
not
clock,
bad. That's not bad.
yeah, my clock says 51:42 and counting, and the first 3 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever was the mess
intro and
up
all
to the
that shit.
morning. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. When was the last time you played Destiny?
Purple.
That long ago.
Oh,
huh?
that's not the answer you were looking for. My bad.
No.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Like, I actually
I know
took
that,
my
like-
console that Destiny's on and I gave it to Clifton. So Clifton is playing on Xbox Series X, and I have my old Xbox One here in the office. I don't think Destiny's on it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a minute since I loaded up Destiny and played Destiny.
Yeah. I can tell you, I played it the other day on the 4. I played very little on PS5 yet. I was gonna do that after the stream, after the podcast. And I have like an hour before she gets home, so I don't even know if I'll be able to do that. But stupid fucking updates and shit. But I definitely want to get back on there because I had an experience the other day that I was shocked at. Like, I haven't played that well in so long that it made me kind of go, I wish I was streaming what I just did because that was awesome. And I was really proud of it. But then it started making me think, like, you know, if I played like this when I play with James, I could get him through a lot of fucking shit. And then the question came up: when was the last time you played Destiny? So, ta-da!
It's been a while because, again, I'm not the guy that likes to be gotten through stuff. I'm the guy that I like to go through stuff, but not be gotten to, like, escorted through stuff. That part sucks.
Well, it just makes me feel better knowing that if it comes down to it, if we were to try and do a certain dungeon again, I don't think I could, carry anybody through by myself. But I know that we would have an easier time doing it. But I also know that I need to be more of like, hey, this is how we're doing this. You do this, so on and so forth.
Well,
That's how
no,
you
and
get
that's my point right there. I
We didn't do
don't
that.
really no that I don't really like. It's what I like is the figuring out how to do it. As a group, as a combined, not the
So going through it.
okay.
blind
So
and-
here's like I enjoy that
Yeah.
more than I do so this person is now telling me what needs to be done and what has to be done, or is doing it all themselves instead of me helping. I would much rather go through it blind and try to figure it out than have somebody do it for me.
Well,
Which
you
is
might
why
get
I get into
English-
these other games as of late that, it's I can help by leading, I can help by following, and you know what I mean? It's a team
Oh, no,
effort.
I get you, dude. I get you. 100%.
I've gotten more into Fortnite lately than any other game that's out there right now.
Okay.
Even more so than Rocket League. Because it's a third person view, it's cartoony, and it still gives me the first person on occasion that I want when I pull up my sniper rifle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's actually a lot more fun playing zero build than I ever imagined it would be, because when I first checked it out, it was build, and I hate build. Like, I can't stand building. It's like the worst aspect of any game. Mostly because you go to kill someone and they're like, let me throw a wall in front of me. I'm like, no, because if you're getting shot at in real life, you're not going to have time to build a fucking wall. If there's already a wall there that you previously built, that makes sense. But just to throw a wall up in front of you that now I can't shoot through, that's not. No, no. So
Thus the
yeah,
reason
I
don't
don't
play
like
Fortnite. Thus
I
the
don't like
reason I
build mode.
don't play.
I play zero build. Like I think that's, like I said, that's kind of cool. And yes, there are buildings and or little forts and shit that you can throw a little grenade and it pops up a fort. And I'm cool with that because it's an aspect that's expected to be there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just to be walking in a wide open field and then you build yourself into a little hut. I'm like, nah, that's not how life works. Whereas if you have a pop open tent, they make those in real life. You just throw this thing out and it's all blue. I'm a tent.
I get that. I get your frustration with that. That's again, that's why I don't like Fortnite, because you do have building is a huge element of the game. And it's a frustrating element. I've seen people play and I'm just like, I would be getting so fucking pissed
Yeah.
at that shit, because it's like that's I don't know. I like more like come at me, bro. You know, like fucking fight me. Don't be a bitch. Oh, you're gonna be a bitch. All right, fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
like that sucks. That's not fun to play against. That's not fun to play with. So yeah, I would absolutely be losing my mind with some of the shit that
Yeah.
happens in games like that.
And that's
But
100% why I play zero build.
yeah, no, I was thinking about it. I was like, I wish you and I could get on more. But the problem is our days off now are completely not in line. Like this Saturday, I know you have the day off. You're gonna go spend that with your family. I have Friday off. You're gonna go spend that with your family because I know you have Fridays
Well,
off.
Friday, kids are in school, Jill's at work. So Friday, I generally spend trying to stream. Um,
Well, if you want to stream Destiny on Friday, we could totally do that. Or if fucking the co-op mode in Modern Warfare is not, you know, just Spec Ops, because I'll do zombies 100%. I'd love to play zombies in Modern Warfare. I
that
could,
is where I'm planning on spending my time is in the new Modern Warfare.
all right. Well, I will probably either be on Destiny or on Modern Warfare. I don't know for sure, but
Yeah.
I won't be playing multiplayer. You know me. I
Yeah.
just can't. It's just not. I want to
Yeah.
have
Well,
fun,
I'm not saying
so
that zombies is out of the picture if zombies is there. You hear me
from
there.
my understanding, it's in
I
the
know
Game
Roy's
Pass.
off.
So.
Roy's off also. He's taking a 4-day weekend this weekend or this week, and it starts today. Um,
Oh wow.
and yeah, so he's taking a 4-day weekend because of the release of Modern Warfare, and his days off are changing.
That's
So
fucking
it's
fun.
yeah, so it's like he's taking his 4-day,
Oh, you got a
His
phone
day,
call.
then he goes back to work for a day, and then um, he's back off for his normal weekend. Give me a minute. I got to take this.
Okay. So how you guys been? How's everybody's doing? Um, in all seriousness, I I don't know what my stream schedule is going to be like after this week, you guys. And the reason I say that is, I recently had a chat with my bosses about it. Like, hey, I need 3 days off during the week. I want at least two, and I've got that. I'll have Tuesdays, either Monday Tuesdays or Tuesday Wednesdays. Next week I only have Tuesday, Wednesday off, so I'll be streaming both days. But my girlfriend, since she now works so close to home, wants to come home for lunch. She's doing that today, so I'll be gone for about an hour, hanging out with her. Um, I'm probably gonna have to get off here soon so I can order lunch and have it delivered for me and my brother. But I miss doing this on a regular basis, and so I can tell you right now, once, especially after the holiday season, um, I've been unofficially told that there is a 95% chance that they're going to offer me, long-term employment at Target. However, there are three options in front of me. One option is stay in fulfillment and be a regular employee, which means they give me a schedule and that's what I work. That schedule can change like that. I don't like that. I'm on that now just as a seasonal employee. The other option is I stay in fulfillment and I become on demand. Well, on demand, you basically work when you want, but your schedule has to be approved. So you have to submit your schedule before they do the schedule. And if they accept it, you can work it. Problem solved. Except there's no guarantees your schedule is going to be approved every single week. Um, you are required with on demand to work one weekend day and one weekday, and both shifts have to be at least 5 hours, which I'm more than willing to do. But the main point of on demand is they put schedules out, and if you like that schedule, you pick that schedule and you do it. That's how on demand's supposed to work. You basically are also the guy they call or girl they call when someone calls out. So, yeah, you have more freedom with your schedule. You can give yourself a couple more days off here and there, but ultimately, you're working when they call you, as opposed to being a regular employee who can get a set schedule, mind you. And that was my third option. And this one I didn't know about until yesterday. And that is that I could get a permanently set schedule. Um, but getting a permanently set schedule kind of sort of eliminates some of the fluctuation that being on demand or just a regular employee gets you. Um, so those are my options. And it's like, all right, well, which one do I want? Which one is most beneficial to me, my long term health, but also to the health of this stream? I don't know yet. We'll see after the fucking holidays how I'm feeling. Because if I'm feeling the same way after the holidays, fuck it, I might take a couple weeks off and just recover
From what?
and then make a decision from working.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I already know I've been informed. Like yesterday, my boss and I were talking about it, and this is before I hurt my back. She's like, "Yeah, when the weather kind of turns to shit, our job pace picks up. Mondays up until yesterday have been pretty lame. There's not much going on. Well, it snowed a little bit on Sunday night. And
I'm
so with that
I'm
mindset, people are starting to kind of like, yeah, no, fuck this. I ain't getting out in the wind and the cold.
yeah.
Fuck you.
As I say, I'm guessing that it picks up because of the weather, like
Yeah.
specifically because of the weather.
Yeah. And she made the comment. She's like, we're going to get real busy real fast. And we don't have the manpower right now. In fact, we're so understaffed that if the actual season hit, like right now, they'd have to shut us down. Our fulfillment would shut down because we just don't have the manpower to maintain it. And even if we pulled in people from off the floor, that's now affecting the floor. So it's very likely that I'll show up for a shift and be told to go home if we don't get at least 4 to 5 more people minimum within the next 2 weeks. That's
Yeah.
not well, that's not very likely to happen. So yeah, I was informed that come the start of this, the official start of the season, which is in 2 weeks, there may be days I'll show up to work, go home,
That
fulfillment shut down,
sucks. Yeah,
and
I
I'm
know what
like,
it's like to be understaffed too, where ours we don't go home, we just stay longer.
yeah,
Like when remember I was getting off work at 10 o'clock almost every day.
yeah,
Now the new norm is 2.
yeah. No, the reason why they sent us home is because what happens is fulfillment doesn't just get shut down; it goes offline. So that money isn't coming in. So that's essentially a big part of how we get paid is through the orders that come in. So if there's no orders being received,
Yeah,
that's
there's
it.
no
Like they
there's
had to
no way
do
to
it
pay
last
you.
year. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, we have to send you home. Like they can't even shift me to the floor. I'm also not trained to be on the floor. And the way my store works, it's not going to work. So I would be fucked. The regular fulfillment employees, they have training on working on the floor, some of them. Um, but there are people that just purely fulfillment, strictly fulfillment. Even if they have the training, they're strictly fulfillment with Target. They have to be sent home. They can't be shifted to the floor. I could be shifted to cashiering, but I don't want to fucking do cashiering again. No fucking way in hell. Um, I physically can't do it. Like I can't stand in one spot for 8 fucking hours. I will literally be in agony by hour 5. And no amount of a break or sitting down is going to help. And you can't sit down during the holiday season. Like nope. You've got to be up moving and just doing this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, not moving my feet. Nah, nah. I'll be in absolute pain and just it's not worth it. As much as I need the money, I don't need the pain as well. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just now to the point where it doesn't hurt my feet uncontrollably to do my job. I have other pains I'm dealing with, but I can push through those, but not being in pain walking is the greatest feeling in the world. And just now getting to that point, yeah, one day of standing still would fuck me up so bad. And they know that. And so that's why they've already got the plan in the head. Like it's already written out. If this has to happen, you're going home, which sucks even more for me because I have no way home. I'm stuck there till at least noon on a weekday. On a weekend, I can get home no problem. But so that brings up a new problem in a sense that more than likely what'll happen is I'll be on shift and we'll be working batches and then they'll say, nope, finish what you got, finish what's there, and then we're shutting it down for the rest of the day. And I'm all okay. And that happened apparently twice last year where they had to shut it down because they just didn't have the manpower, period. And there wasn't enough people to cover, let alone, you know, just do the normal job. So they had to shut it down twice. And when that happened, they just sent all of fulfillment home after all the batches that had come through had been picked. And that's exactly what will happen. So I could go in for an hour and then, okay, well, you're only going to get another hour of work in. So, or maybe 2 if you're lucky. That's it. And then I go home. So I don't know how that's going to work. I'm hoping against it. I'm hoping we can get some people. I will say this, they are willing to hire anybody right now. And I know this because most of the new hires are not young kids. They're not 19, 20-year-olds, No. I'm seeing motherfuckers older than me working at Target. You know how bad it is when you see people older than you getting hired, people who should be retired, chilling at home, relaxing. That sucks. And that pisses me off as well because it's like these people have already busted their ass. That being said, most of the people that are working there that I've met, most of them are just like, I'm fucking bored, man. I can't sit at home all day. At least this gives me something to do. And so I'm like, I respect that, you know? But there are a few of them that are just like, I need the money. Like, I don't get enough from Social Security and I can't afford to just live off of that. That bothers the shit out of me to hear that. So, yeah. But I wish more young people would get off their fucking asses and go get a job. Then again, I say that and I'm like, wait a minute, that means I might lose my job. No, you stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's a little funny, but no, for real. I mean, if we could get more young people, fuck, dude, my ass definitely would not have a job right now. But so many of the kids coming up just don't want to work. We've had this discussion before.
Yes, we have.
And I'm not trying to rehash it. I'm just saying, like, after having more time working there and seeing a much older crowd, people my age and older coming in because they're bored, they need the job, or they just want something to do. I met a guy who is working on the floor who is fucking rich because he sold a tech idea he had. He's worth millions of dollars. He's bored sitting at home. He doesn't want to just sit at home. And he's like, fuck it, I'll go apply at Target. And he works on the floor. he loves it. He's having fun just sitting there, putting shit on the shelves. That's it. I mean, it's not hard work. It's really not. I mean, I they have drones doing this job at Walmart for a reason. Walmart is cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love my job. I don't want to lose it. I like the money, but I really do enjoy the people I work with and just it's a fun job. And if anyone out there is looking for a job and you happen to live in Montana, hey, if you live in Billings especially,
Target.
go apply at Target, please. Please. Save my ass. Help me. I'm dying. We're all dying. We're like seriously. It's insane. Um, but yeah. Yeah, that was the other thing. So yesterday, uh the HR the executive lead in HR comes down and tells my boss, "Hey, so I printed out these things. Do me a favor. Start putting these in the bags." And it's a little flyer that says, "Hey, we're hiring for the holiday season." And I'm all, we're at that point now that we're putting flyers in the fucking pickup order bags. Damn.
Yes. Yes,
So,
you are.
oh, we've been there for a while. I'm fully aware of it. I found out that we are about 10 people shy of what we're supposed to have in fulfillment. And a big part of why we keep losing people is because unfortunately people just don't like the way they're being treated. They don't like the way they're being scheduled. They don't like these things. And it's like, I look, I get it. I feel you. I've been in your shoes. I'm in your shoes right now. But here's the thing.
Sometimes you
we
got to
get
adult.
you got adult, but the more importantly, sometimes the reason why management is acting this way is because their hands are not just tied, they're cut off. And that's exactly what's happening in my department. My boss is like, I wish I could give you a guaranteed 3 set days off in a row so you could stream no problems. You know, hell, I wish I could give you a weekend day off so you could do your streaming and spend time with your girlfriend, but I can't because we just don't have the people. I'm not supposed to be working more than 28 hours a week because I'm only supposed to be part time, but we just don't have the people. So I could work 40 hours if I wanted to. I don't want to. I like doing this. I want to continue to do this. I want this to one day potentially be my only income and my only livelihood. I enjoy entertaining people. But that being said, even if this did turn profitable right now, I don't think I'd quit my job just because of how much it would fuck over the people I have at work. And it's like, I like these people enough that I would willingly continue to go in a few days a week just to help out, just to ease the burden so they can get their days off, they can get their rest until the department was staffed enough that they don't need me anymore. I would still do it just because I enjoy the people I work with that much. And I value them as people and as teammates. But some of them I wouldn't call friends, definitely acquaintances, but I wouldn't mind calling them friends, you know, because they're that good of people. Like I haven't had a problem with any of my coworkers, save for one. And it's just because she's an evil, evil bitch.
Say
Man,
that
when you're
5
trying
times
to
with a
get
straight face.
when you're trying to get people fired over stupid petty shit, it's like fucking kidding me. This is why you're throwing a temper tantrum? And you're how old? Yep, that lines up. 19 years old. She thinks her shit don't stink. Bitch, I got a fucking news flash for you. Your shit not only stinks, it probably is the most toxic thing anyone's ever gonna smell. Fucking I found out I was one of her targets. And so I'm like, wait, why was I targeted? I'm nice to you. What the fuck? So yeah. Yeah.
So off to a different topic and
Please.
a little bit better one of what's going on in my head is I'm imagining you right now with a James Hetfield mustache. It goes like this and a flavor saver only. Can we do all that? I'm like, yeah, he would look kind of funny. That's the whole time you were talking about this girl being a bitch. That's what's going on in my head. Just shave off the goatee keep the mustache and this little patch you got going on right here.
I would never shave this off. This is something that has been brought up multiple times, and I've talked about it before. One, my go-to response is, I look like a pedophile. That is somewhat true in my opinion, but I just don't feel right. I feel weird. Like I feel naked. Like I could be legit naked right now, and I would probably feel more comfortable than if I shaved this off. It's the weirdest feeling. I shaved it off for my mom because I lost a bet. And I felt so just every day until it grew all the way back in. Then I was like, but it feels so weird not having facial hair. Even if it was just this, I would still be like, not enough. I need more.
So
just glue it all back on.
So you see mine, right? That's like the best I can do. Like, it is what it is. And then Roy's got facial hair like you, and it grows,
Yeah.
Well, the other day,
actually,
he ran out of gas in his car. He and I just had this conversation about how he needs to put gas in his car because one day he and I ran out of gas on the freeway, and he likes to live at 0. And he ran out of gas at work, and my ears perked up like a dog. You just said the magic word. You know what I mean? And I'm like, can I go give him gas? I asked his wife, can I go 45 minutes out of the way to give him gas just so I can give him shit? She's like, yeah, please do. That means I don't have to go. I'm like, yes. Roy was like, no. Tell him no. No. Fuck no. I showed up. And he's like, I don't want to hear a goddamn word. I'm like, I can leave right now with your fucking gas. I'm your only hope. You're going to listen to what I have to say. And I just laid into him, right? And on the way home, mind you, I had a couple edibles too. On the way home, I called him in the car and I'm like, bro, I was just thinking, has anybody at work called you Fred Dirt? And he's like, Fred Dirt? I'm like, yeah. Fred Durst meets Joe Dirt. That's kind of how you look right now. He was like, man, fuck you. It was the greatest experience of my life. I'm so glad he ran out of gas, dude. He made my day twice in one day with his stupid shave and the fact that he ran out of gas. And yes, Rev, if you're watching right now, because I do have a viewer, if that's you, I just want to say I love you, buddy. Thank you for your poor life choices.
That's so fucked. That's hilarious, but that's so fucked. Anyways. Oh, man. All right. Unfortunately, we have been going for over an hour now, and I know I vented a little bit. I apologize. But we definitely had more fun in this episode because we had a bunch to talk about. That being said, we will hopefully be back next Tuesday. I say that because we haven't talked about it.
No, I'm totally cool with doing it next Tuesday. You want to stick with Tuesdays, early, earlier. I'm completely cool with it.
Hell, if we could do, what's the earliest you could go live?
Probably 8:45 to 9 o'clock.
Okay, then let's do
because
that.
if I have to take my kids to school, my kids go to school at 8:30. I'm home by 8:35.
Okay, then let's schedule for next week. We'll try to be live by 9 a.m. your time.
Sounds good to me.
Which, for those watching that don't know, that's Pacific time. So, next week we will be live on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, and if that works, we'll be live the next week at 9 a.m. Pacific, and that'll be our new start time going forward. But thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. I very much was looking forward to this for the last couple days, and it definitely was exactly what I was expecting and hoping for. But
word.
That being said, we will be back next week with more. Unless you got anything to add, James.
Hopefully the finale will have been watched by both parties.
Oh God, yes, we definitely need to watch it.
The House of Dragons.
Talk about that next week. Yes, we are definitely talking about that next week. And check out the trailer for the new Ant-Man, because I haven't checked it out either. I intentionally avoided it just so we could talk about it. Have you watched it yet? Okay, check that out. It came out yesterday. Check that out, and next week we will talk about it.
Word.
And I will let you know if there's anything else you should check out. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate it. If you aren't following either one of us on Twitch, please do. You can follow me at Extreme FTW Gaming. You can follow Jimmy G at Jimmy G Experience over on Twitch and on Facebook, by the way. You can hit them up on both of those. You can follow me on Twitter at Extreme FTW Entertainment. And I think that's it. So
You can follow
with
me on
that-
Twitter too. I just won't get your messages. Jimmy G _EXP.
This guy. But thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you guys next week. Until then, adios. And as